Yeah. So I wanted to do on initially this was going to be a reading, but I've been having this on my mind. Embody the night's energy. So what I'm going to do is I got my notes and everything. I'm just going to go over each night. I'm going to make this a series, and we're going to go through each night of the suits, the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So we're gonna start off with the Knight of Pentacles, which is probably, in all honesty, one of my favorite cards in the deck. Well, the minor arcana. They're all my favorite cards, but one of my favorite, minor arcana cards is definitely would be the Knight of Pentacles. Just everything that the Knight of Pentacle represents, and the demeanor and everything, and how it's one brick at a time, with anything that you're working on, and through due diligence and perseverance, you can make what may seem as a impossible task, possible. So we're going to talk about the Knight of Pentacles first, what it personally means to me, what it personally can mean to you as well. You can leave that in the comment section as well. But let's get started. So I don't know if I'm gonna like edit this video, but we're gonna be for now going off just the original Rider Waite Knight of Pentacles picture, where he's just sitting on his black horse, right? And there's actually like tons and tons of symbolism even in that Knight of Pentacles, which we're going to kind of go over. So it depends on how you read it, or the reader that's reading for you, if they're more an intuitive reader, or they just read it for what it is. But personally, the Knight of Pentacles represents consistency to me, consistency over long periods of time, and also staying focused on one task. For we can do it all, but we can't do it all at the same time, essentially. And I think just the Knight of Pentacles kind of relays that message. And you know being the turtle versus the hare, we all know who won that race. Yes, in the beginning it looks like the hare had a leg up on the turtle, but consistency over the long run does outweigh rushing something just to get it done. You're advised to take your time. You're advised to watch out for the surroundings. You're advised to know that if you ground yourself in anything or any endeavor, and you look at it from an outside perspective, that you can accomplish whatever goal that you want to. So that's essentially what it means to me personally. There's no obstacle that's too long or too far. So I did write down some notes. So he observes the golden disc. As you know, he's on a black horse. He's looking at his disc. He's chilling. Now keep in mind, he's in a full plate of armor, and that's a full plate of armor. So he knows war. He knows conflict. But in the picture itself, he's very calm. He's chilling. He's observing his disc. Um, he's coming from a place of calm. It also have the knight's mantle or red, on the knight and the horse. It's red, and that represents passion and will. And when we got to think about the suit cards, especially the court cards, all of the knights embody fire energy, right? They all are. Even the Knight of Cups, it's fire and water. So in this case, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's still passionate, it's still fiery. They bring the suit out into the world. That's the knights. They want to just show everybody. So with this Knight of Pentacles, it's very grounded, but also has a lot of heat and passion too. So another thing with the Knight of Pentacles is green oak leaves. That is significant as well too. It was one of the Druids' most sacred tree. So as you can see on his helmet, he has the oak leaves, which it's a very strong tree. If you know anything about oak leaves, they stand tall. And their only enemy is fire, which is in the form of lightning. I didn't even know that. So yes, the oak leaves, got the term lightning tree, because that's probably like the only thing that can shatter uh an oak tree, and the oak tree symbolism is heavy, and the Knight of Pentacles. So that's another cool thing. So anything nature, I would say, nature is very significant with the Knight of Pentacles. Anything with the Green Man, including the Druids, forest, fae, fairies, all that earthly stuff. I should say, represents the Knight of Pentacles as well too. He's nature's sentinel, which is, what I covered earlier. And this is another cool thing. So psychically, he may not see the nature spirits because, this is a pentacle. This is earthly. This is everything dealing with the physical. But he knows that they are there. So that's also a very important thing to know out, that, we may not be able to see, the nature spirits or gods and goddesses and, whatever you believe in, but we know that they are there through, our mind's eye, I guess is what it's trying to refer to. But as the Knight, this is the information that's on the Knight of Pentacles. So granted, it is a pentacle, there's still that intuition, which I think it just basically says that all living beings have some type of psychic intuition, which means like we may not be able to see it, we may not be able to hear it, we may not be able to like link in with it on the physical, but we know that, innately, that they are there and they are watching. I'm trying to find the Knight of Pentacles in this deck just so you can kind of see it. This is the Deviant Moon tarot deck, which is an awesome deck as well. But yes, we will be, I'm just referencing the basic Rider-Waite tarot. And if you're like a beginner with the tarot, like I read tarot for myself for quite a long time before, I would say maybe 2 to 3 years, just for myself before I decided to, read online and stuff. And that helped me out a lot, but also being on camera and, doing the readings is also a skill to be learned and to get better as well too. So in the Deviant Moon, we have him, he's chilling, and it's almost the same as the Rider-Waite. They're both looking, to the east, and direction is very, very important. He's not facing you head on, he's looking to the east, which I think represents water sometimes or something like that. But as you can see, it's a very sturdy, grounded figure. They're not in a rush to go anywhere anytime soon, but they're still moving. So even an inch moved is still movement. And I think, that's a big message about the Knight of Pentacles. Like, no matter how small the step is that you take, it's still a step. And that's why, like, I relate heavily with the Knight of Pentacles energy, especially when it comes up for me in readings and stuff like that. Because, it can embody you. You can embody that energy, and you can use it towards whatever goal or task that may seem daunting to you at the time. But you can be like, I can be like, the Knight of Pentacles, and just chip away at it one day at a time. And eventually, that builds up. Even, and you can relate that even to money and finance. If you know anything about interest and the snowball effect on how that adds up, and compound interest, it starts off with just small amounts, small quantities, but sooner or later, once time is on your side, it can turn into something big, the big snowball, and then it can't be stopped. So the Knight Pentacles is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And it's how I kind of wanted to get off the series with Embody Each Night. I've been kind of like on the Embody Each Night type energy lately. I don't know which one I'm gonna do next. I'm just gonna kind of let it come to me on which night I want to do next. I kind of want to do the wands, but we'll see. We'll see. But this is Embody Every Night Every Night series. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Be sure now, if you're new to tarot, please, I just recommend that you go off the Rider-Waite ones. But whichever you're being called to, you follow your gut, follow your intuition. If you're given a deck, because I didn't first use the Rider-Waite. This was my actual first physical deck. My Rider-Waite was on this device that's recording right now on the phone. But my first physical deck was, this deck right here. But it was also a good thing for me to know the basics of the cards from the original Rider-Waite deck before I can kind of translate them over to any type of deck and stuff like that. So I don't know if you're just like starting your tarot journey and you're not quite sure like how to learn, or it's maybe seem too daunting. Yeah, stuff like that. So Hope you are having a good day wherever you're at, and keep conquering the world.